Okay, maybe this week on our first episode of the year. Do you guys miss me? You missed me while I was gone? Rhetorical question. Yes, you do. Jason DeBias, I'm back, and I'm usually expecting some phone calls or some Skype calls, but not today, because live in the command center, I have Troy Field. My vote for Newcomer of the Year last year. AVP, hopeful to AVP main draw, and here he is. What's up, Troy?
How's it going, Jason?
Cool, man. All right, hold up. Let me do one of these so people know it's a normal day. So let's before I start with anything, let's talk about the hat. So is this a Karch Karai tribute?
100%. I came to the sport late in life and watched Karch on YouTube. Okay. And that's kind of how I learned the game, was watching old school volleyball. And, you know, people were 23 in the NBA, you know, to give back to Michael Jordan. And I figured, why not? And it started off when I was just playing with a bunch of old dudes who actually have played with Karch. And now I've kind of just taken it to the big stage. And I love it. It's actually a great hat. I have a ton of them. So.
And I wouldn't use the term gimmicky. I mean, you know, like certain people have like wrestlers have like this gimmick or whatever, that the people's eyebrow rock or whatever, to get people to remember you. The McKibbins, you know, they're pretty, you know, unmistakable to find. Sometimes Dougherty's 7'1", you ain't gotta do shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you're
there. So it's one. So I like it because they're like, who's Troy Field? I'm like the dude that jumps out of the stratosphere with a pink hat. And I still feel like I should be getting started, but I gotta ask another question. My hand's forced. You have a video, and and it's gonna be on the. It's gonna be. We're gonna run the clip because this is gonna be delayed. This is live.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, but this is gonna be delayed. You have a video of you touching the pier, just running start, touching the bottom of the pier. Was that Manhattan Pier or Huntington?
It was Huntington.
That was Huntington.
Yeah, Huntington.
Holy shoot. Wow, cool, man. We're gonna see, of course that clip's gonna be on the thing, and we're probably showing it right now as we speak, because it would be an injustice not to have Troy Field on without that. Okay. We were talking about where you're from a little bit.
Yeah, so I was born in San Clemente and then moved to Dana Point. And oddly enough, when I was in high school, I moved to Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And so in Louisiana, I grew up playing soccer, so I continued that in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Played soccer a lot. And after I graduated, kind of like the day of graduation, just got in my car and drove out here.
Wow.
And that was in 2012. And the Olympics were going on then. And I saw beach volleyball on the Olympics. And
which year?
London.
London, okay.
Yeah,
that was Reckerman and...
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I saw volleyball and was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I'll try that. And
here you are.
Here I am. So it's cool. It's awesome.
Listen, all the way from various partners you played with to the qualifier, to the upper end of the qualifier. Manhattan Beach last year. Main draw. You and, I believe, Orlando, right?
Yeah,
Orlando. Rosario.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about... let's walk me through qualifier round 3. Match is over. You realize it's real. It's the hotbed of beach volleyball, if not the Mecca. Maybe Hermosa Beach is the hotbed. Match is over. You're looking at Orlando. He's looking at you, and you're like, "We're going to the draw." Walk me through it.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty surreal. I didn't think that would happen because it was my second AVP event. And we kind of went into before the match to get in, or after we made it in.
All right.
Before the match, I was kind of just thinking like, all right, we got this. And everybody was telling me who we had, and they're like, it's a cakewalk. Like,
who'd you play?
We played Alexis Gabriel.
Oh.
And
Espina.
No,
Alexis Gabriel. Sorry.
Yeah, Alexis Gabriel and somebody else that I forget what their name was. But everyone's like, oh, you should win, you should win, you should win. And we totally like coasted, and that was a very talented team.
Yeah. Well, 2 things are going to happen when everybody tells you should win. You win by a lot, or you're just...
Yeah, they played great. They're both amazing competitors, and so we dropped the first set, and that's when it was kind of like, let's go.
Yeah.
And won the second one, and that freeze scoring just made my heart just like burst out of my chest because we had it, I think it was 14-10, and it was just back and forth, back and forth. And it's after the whole qualifier. My legs are dead. And back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think they got a point to make the nerves even higher, and then finally, I think we called a 4. And we got the clock, and
oh, nice!
I don't even remember what happened. It was
you don't even care.
I was just so excited. I couldn't believe what happened, and it's one of the most amazing feelings. Is just you finally make it in, and so hopefully I only have to do one more this season. That's it. Man, I only want to do.
That's it. All about those points, right?
I just want to do one qualifier, and that's it, and have that be the end of my qualifying career. But John Merritt said it perfect. He's like, "What is 2 more matches? What is 3 more matches? If you're a good enough team, you should be able to."
Well, I mean, of course, John Mayer's going to say that because, like, can we think of one player, maybe Billy Allen or Todd Rogers, who uses the least amount of energy, for the best result? This dude looks bored out there, and then when he needs him, was like, whoosh. Right?
1,000%. Yeah. I think my first time playing with John, I was about to quit volleyball. I thought I was the worst volleyball player who ever stepped on the court because he doesn't say anything. He's just like, oh, that was a great set. That was a bad set. And he would hit the ball out. He would serve out. And I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And then finally learning who he is and getting to know him was so cool. And I think that's definitely an attitude that you can definitely model when you're playing because he doesn't get nervous.
Yeah. Of course, John Mayer, 2-time AVP champion, played with Ryan Doherty, is currently playing with Trevor Crabb. Yeah. All about that growth mindset, always about looking from the middle up as opposed to like what you didn't do. I mean, I had the pleasure of working with him at LMU, and he brought me on because he likes to learn from everybody. But I've been coaching 19 years, but John, you got the raw end of the deal on that one. I learned more from you. Sorry, got screwed. It happens like that. All right, let's jump ahead a little bit. Well, not significantly because it was actually not that far from Manhattan Beach. Let's talk about NORCECA qualifier. Tell everybody who your partner was.
So, I'm not sure if you've heard of this guy. He's not really well known. I'm kidding. I played with Reed Pretty. Yeah. So, 4-time Olympian indoor. He's got 1 gold medal.
2008.
And bronze in the most recent in Rio.
Probably would have had a gold if they started them against Italy, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video. Yeah. But, unbelievable guy. And how we got into the qualifier was an interesting story because before the qualifier, I went to New Zealand with Ian Satterfield, and we had a blast. And before that, I was always texting Reed like, "Hey, if you ever need one, if you ever need one, if you ever need one," and he never really got back to me. It was just communication problems. And then when I get back from New Zealand, my phone was stolen, and he's like,
"Oh, jeez."
I see Reed at the beach, and he's like, "Hey, did you get my 3 texts?" And my jaw just drops. I'm like, of course, when I lose my phone.
This one guy happens to text you not once, not twice.
Exactly. 3 times I missed Reed's text, and we jump in a training session together, and I think it was like a couple of days before the qualifier. He was mentioned to me, he's like, "Hey, do you want to do this NORCECA qualifier?" And we thought the deadline passed. I emailed Sean Scott. I was like, "I will do anything if you extend the date." And he ended up extending the date till Sunday. So we got into the qualifier, and Reed and I played together, and we qualified.
That was fun. So, Where'd you go?
We went to Aguascalientes, was our first tour stop in Mexico. Okay. Then we went to Baja, which is another place down in Mexico about like an hour north of Cabo. Right. And lastly was a place that not too many people get to go, is Cuba. So we went to Veradero, Cuba.
You got a second and a third?
We got in Aguas, got second. Okay. In La Paz, got second. And in Cuba, we got third. Okay. So we were able to podium all 3 times. I think we were the only team to do that. But after La Paz, it was looking like second was just that one last game. The finals was the hardest thing to do. And,
who are you with now?
I'm playing in Austin with Doc Vandermeer. Okay. He's from the Bay Area, near San Francisco, and so we're running Austin. It's the guy that I've lost to twice this year. So I figured he's beaten me twice. Let's get on the same side. I'm sick and tired of this.
You know, maybe you should play the next tournament with Rob McLean. He probably shares your same sentiment.
Exactly.
The only 2 tournaments you played, you had to play them twice.
Exactly.
And it was, God, I mean, that was one of those things where I felt like who got out of your bracket was probably going to get to the draw. Yeah. All right, so that's cool. You're in Vandermeer. All right, so I have some fan questions, but you got your phone next to you over there, and since we're Facebook Live right now, check to see if someone, while I'm asking you these questions, check to see if people are actually asking you questions.
All right, let's see.
Since we're living right now. My first question, from me. Mm-hmm. Should Huntington FIVB be a yearly thing?
I think 100%.
Yeah.
I thought how successful that tournament was, I think at least we should have something partnered with the AVP and FIVB. May not be Huntington, because I know there's people from all across the United States that would have loved to be at this tournament, but due to travel, just probably couldn't make it.
The venue's right. I mean,
venue. I mean,
parking, restaurants.
Oh yeah, goodness. The hotel was outstanding. I feel like everything surrounding Huntington would be great. I mean, how cool would it be to have FIVB New York? That'd be pretty sweet.
It would be a hit because there are more fans, FIVB fans in New York than there are IVP. So I mean, they know who Ricardo is. You know, they know who Andor. They know who Bruno and Alisson are or whatever. I got the FIVB top 10 coming up in a day too. So stay tuned on that. I selected my top 10, and Troy is I think is involved in one of them. I'm not going to tell him. We'll find out. Yeah. Got a bunch of highlights we're going to be zooming in on as this film goes too. My second question is thumbs up or thumbs down on the scoring freeze?
Long pause, but I'm going to go thumbs up. I'm going to go solid thumbs up, or resistant, but I think thumbs up 1,000% for the fans.
Yeah.
But for the players, it can stink like when you're in the qualifier. And
I can tell you what stinks for. It stunk for the Partains. You know, if you remember, had Jeff 14-11.
Yeah, exactly.
It stunk for Ricardo and
Reed.
And Reed, who were up the second and the third set.
Yeah, they were
Slick and Ellen. Yeah,
it's 14-11 in the third
and 20-15 in the second.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh man, what do you see? Is there anything?
We got Jaren. Says, why beach volleyball?
Jaren, are you asking me or are you asking Troy Field?
So I'm guessing that was for me. So Jaren says, why beach volleyball?
Okay.
I will answer simply, why not? Yeah. We're at the beach every day. I mean, when I first started, I would go to work, a 9-to-5 job, and drive right over to the beach and just play until night. And I think beach volleyball is one of those sports where you can be a part of it and watch it grow. I think beach volleyball keeps you healthy. There's so many different things that beach volleyball can do to benefit the body, whether you're at the highest level, like being a professional, or whether you're just want something to do to stay fit. I think beach volleyball is a huge thing, and also I've been able to take beach volleyball and apply the things that I've learned and learn things from coaches and apply them to life.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different things about being patient, growth mindset, so many different things that you can take and apply outside.
We said it twice, John Mayer. Growth mindset. Hope you're listening.
Yeah.
And Tom Black. You know what the hell with my questions? They're coming in.
Yeah. I mean, we got notifications. I'm sure there's. All
right. Cool. So my question is, like everybody, like you're a pretty complete volleyball player. You can play back row defense. Mm-hmm. You can play front row block. You can split. Last tournament, I believe you split a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you bring to the table fundamentally that is kind of like a signature for you that everybody sticks out? Everybody's like, Troy Phil is an excellent this.
I feel like when people think of me, they either think of the pink hat or my vertical, and just jumping high. But one thing that I'd hope that I'm giving off is just like 100% effort, and that when I hope people that they think of me that I want to like die on the court, like they're gonna have to drag my body off because I want to give everything I got. But usually that's what, you know, when people think of me, it's usually that vertical, so it helps with blocking. But, you know, when I'm able to play defense, and you're still in between of what I want to do for the rest of my career, but blocking seems to be the most beneficial, but I think that's what, when people think of my name, it's usually what happens.
Cool. I had a YouTube question. You play both sides of the net. Which are you comfortable? You have a preference?
It's, you know, it's unique. I feel like I've adapted more to being a left side player just because of my high line. It's a little bit easier to do a high line, but I've been actually playing a lot of right side recently. So I'm kind of like right in between. I feel comfortable on the right, but I think it's just one or two things that on my left side, it's like, okay, I have a stronger high line, whereas on the right side, I feel like I have a little bit more vision than on my left.
Yeah. Okay, last question, because I know you're on a very tight schedule, and thank you so much for coming.
Of course, of course.
I mean, I think I hear a baby outside. Something that sounds like a baby. Your approach. A lot of the experts notice that you have a non-traditional approach. We call it a goofy foot. You have a left-handed approach, and you swing with your right. It's something that it's not extremely rare. I mean, you got Samuel, that's a goofy foot. You have Dahlhauser, one of his best blockers of beach players, you know, in the last decade and a half, also a goofy foot. Is that something you just stay with, and you just straighten up your technique or your platform, or as opposed to, or is it something you were thinking about changing?
So interesting, you know, never playing any indoor, and learning most of my volleyball knowledge on YouTube. I really didn't understand the proper footwork, but when I've like played indoor and I run like any back row attacks, I actually have a regular approach. Yeah, like it's actually normal, and then on the beach, it's just been kind of like, it's just what it is. Yeah. But I've noticed that I can still get my hip out even though I have a goofy footed approach. Yeah, and it's actually really hard to read. So a lot of people don't really know exactly where I'm going. Yeah, when I have goofy footed. So there's no plan to change it, but you know, if anybody sees anything out there, if anybody...
I call it pink hat hypnotism. Karch Karai was interchangeable as well. Yeah. The one jump he would goofy foot, and I'm like, that guy just goofy foot, and I said, let me see the next one, and then he did traditional. So it was like whatever means, and you know, Karch to us is God, so whatever means, you know, possible, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I see sometimes where I've done it, but almost every single video I post on Instagram has myself a goofy footed approach. So I'll just keep it. Oh
man, listen, thank you so much for your time, man.
Of course.
You're in the first episode of Volleyball the Tuesday after. Guys, stay tuned. Next week, hoping to get Taylor Crabb and John Mayer on the same show. Possibly John Mayer a little bit earlier. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're out. Hey, Jason DeBias with Andor, Gyulai, and Emanuel. Go ahead, we're rolling.
Pretty excited. We're here with one of the greatest beach volleyball players in history, in my opinion. And hi, welcome.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you some questions about your offense. And you are obviously, in my opinion, one of the greatest right side players ever. And when you approach the game, you know, it always seemed to me you did this Brazilian style of offense where you guys were attacking from the pins versus coming in from the middle or the more American style straight. Why and what were you looking to do?
I think first of all, I had a good opportunity in all my career to play in both sides, left and right, left and right. And as soon as you strive to play in both sides, you start to make some difference in your way to approach the ball. It makes it easier to see what's going to happen in another side of the court. In my point of view, it was easier for me just always being inside of the court and go direct to the ball. Just direct to the ball and keeping my line shot in front of mine.
So when the right side, you always had that straight shot and good vision on that.
It's easy to do this and then just
come back.
This was the easy way I found to be more consistent in my side outs.
Yes.
Because of the other side, when you go up straight to the net, you can see better the block.
Yes.
So you see better the block, you can toe, hit it, or you can hit down and you hit it anyways.
What was your ideal first shot? So are you trying to set up a hard hit? You're trying to establish the line? What are you trying to do when you're going up on offense? And do you have a strategy?
Actually, I never had in my mind, I'm going to hit line, I'm going to hit angle. I just approach, watch outside the other side. When the set is going up, I watch again, see again what's happening. And the third time when I go almost about to hit, watch again. So I was easy to me to see 3 times the other side of the court.
Wow. So you're having 3 looks. Okay. So your first look is on your approach.
Exactly. When I pass, I will.
Your second is when you go down.
Exactly.
And your third was the third in peripheral, or did you switch your eyes as you go?
No, I just see both. Because I normally, when I was hitting, I always hit the ball in front of mine. It's easy to see the ball in the other side as well.
Very, very good.
And you play with hat too, so it only allows you to.
Oh,
you did?
No problem.
Cool.
What are you up to nowadays? What are you doing now?
Now I'm a director of the sports. I'm running 14 Olympic sports inside of the soccer club.
Oh wow!
Fluminense. It's a very big sports in Brazil.
Yes, it is.
Big club in Brazil. And I have another volunteers works as a Athletes Commission president in Brazil, Athletes Commission at FIVB. So I have both this in my mind, with the another sports Olympic sports, and then this political area as well.
That's very exciting.
So he's a lot about the process and coaching. I'm more about star player, so that the people get to know who you are. Like I know who you are. I've been playing for a long time. So my 2 questions was stylistically, who was the person when you played beach volleyball? You played for a long time. Who was the one team that you looked forward to playing the most? You always smiled. You're like, I want to play this team. I can't wait. Who is it?
I think in beach volleyball you need to see what's the best opponents to make a good rivalry and give you an opportunity to evolution your game. And I think I have in all these years I have a bunch of good teams, but one of these is Todd, Rogers and Fidelhauser. This was one great team that makes me and Alisson, me and Ricardo push ours in the best. I think the other one was the other Brazilians, Marcio and Fabio. They did a great job. And I think Karch and Adam Johnson, when I came to play in AVP, this is one of the other teams that I always want to play because they are very technical, they're very calm down, they know exactly what is going to happen.
The emotions are not high, their emotions are not low, that's very even.
I think this is the teams that I'm always looking forward to play against them, just to keep the evolution, keep the higher level of the beach.
Absolutely. And with respect to all of the partners that you played with in your very long storied career, who was the partner that you enjoyed playing with the most? Putting you on the spot. He asked you the easy questions.
Because I have a 7 or 8 really good athletes that I play with.
And they're all worthy. Listen, they're all good partners. So
I can say one of them was almost for me was a big surprise to play with him. Was Kent Steffes.
Yes.
I played with him here in AVP. It was such a nice experience for me because he was the Olympic champion at the moment. I was just arriving in the AVP. It was such a nice experience. But if I can compare all the others I have together, I think Ricardo was the most important thing in my career.
Very important.
Because we won almost everything on earth.
Yeah.
So we had a good opportunity to show the world how to play beach volleyball, and I learned a lot with Ricardo.
You put Brazilian beach volleyball on the map. You know, you represented yourselves really well.
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
See more videos, go to volleyball1on1.com, and thank you. It's great to hang out with you.
And me, you guys already know where to go. Have a good one. Hey, Jason DeBeers at courtside. I'm actually right behind court 2 with Falyn Fonoimoana. How are you, Falyn?
I'm good. How are you?
Cool, man. All the way from the coach's booth to the beach.
To the beach.
Cool.
Exactly.
So right now you and Lady Strange, I like to call her.
Yes.
16-14 set 3 winners over a very, very tough team.
Very good team.
Talk to me a little bit how you guys came to play together.
Well, you know, we were both Trojans, so we played at the alumni match for USC Beach, and we kind of just sparked a little flame, and from there we've been putting accelerant on it, and just starting off. It's been amazing, and you know, through the months that we've been training, we've just gotten better and better, so it's just been an amazing road. Yeah.
As far as the chemistry of the team and the way you guys, how should I say, kind of gel together, talk to me about the process of that. Was that something that was tough sledding? Was that something that was fast, or just you guys like instantly clicked?
You know, we clicked just based off of just being athletic and loving the game of volleyball. But you know, I tell her this all the time, like this is a relationship and you have to put in time, there has to be compromise, you have to really take the time to know the individual to get into the best. You got to bring the best out of them. And that's so important to me, and on the court you can always see me talking to her and always bringing her up because that's what makes her that beast that she is, and she does the same for me and she pumps me up as well, and that's what makes her great team.
And you know what? That's going to bring me right back to you. You know, I've been watching you for a while. I've been playing. I'm 28 years a player, 29 years, 19 as a coach. Your reputation for winning a lot of these games decided by 2. This little clutch gene you got is well documented, and I guess I'll throw the tough question at you. What, as far as the mental game is concerned, what is one of those things that helps you put you over? I mean, today's a great example. I was 16-14. That was a game where the first set. I mean, after the first set, it didn't look good, right?
Exactly.
So from the neck up, what is it? One of those things? What's one of those things that helps you? You be on the plus side of those 2-point victories, if I may.
I mean, you know, I've been a competitor my whole life, and you put yourself in a state of tunnel vision, I call it. And in that tunnel vision, it's life or death. And you do anything possible, whatever, you know, the situation hands you, you make sure that you're more intelligent, and you're making sure you use those eyes and vision and, you know, communication. I think communication, I'm an over-communicator. And with that, you don't have to think. And with that, those 2 points, you know, it could have gone either way with that being such a great team. But I think at the end of the day, we dug a little bit deeper and we found a niche that we needed to exploit. And that's what made us in the last 2 matches in this tournament really this tournament.
I totally agree with you in the sense that constant communication, if it's the natural order of things, then there's no suffering from something I affectionately refer to as paralysis through analysis.
Exactly. That's so true.
Cool. So thank you so much. This is a great interview, ladies and gentlemen. Falyn Fonoimoana. Hey, Jason DeBeers, Kelley, Larsen, just coming off of a huge 22-20 set 3 victory over the Brazilians. How'd that feel?
Oh, that was great. It was a good win. We had just played them a couple weeks ago in China, and they beat us in 2, so we kind of watched a lot of film and got a good game plan going, and I thought we played really well, really smart against them, so it was a big win for us.
Yeah, hey, new partner, right?
Yeah.
Stockman?
Yeah.
Right, so talk to me a little bit about chemistry, because sometimes chemistry is tough sledding. You're getting to know each other, and it's like this work in progress. And sometimes you guys click almost instantly, so there are levels to that. I get that.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit how your chemistry is forming or has formed in this and that.
Yeah, I think to start off, this is our second tournament together, so I think we've had pretty good chemistry from the start. We're still kind of getting to know each other, how each other plays and whatnot, but I think overall, I think we kind of gel pretty well together. Our passing setting rhythm feels really good, our defensive rhythm feels good, so it's been fun. Yeah.
It definitely creates a lot of whatever. So playing against some of these international teams, is there any adjustments you make in your blocking? You just play everybody the same? Or is it really just like we do, like living in a video room like a hermit, you know?
Well, I think you play a little differently against each team defensively, like blocking-wise. Play kind of to their tendencies. Like I said, we watched the film on them, which helped us a lot, kind of see what they did against us and what worked, what didn't work, and I think that helped just kind of having a good scouting report. And yeah, so I think we play a little different against each team, but still trying to play mostly our game.
Nice. And last but not least, is there a particular team or a player that you always look forward going against, be it for the reasons of challenging yourself, or just someone that you something that moves the volleyball needle?
Yeah, honestly,
what do you like going against?
I would say just playing Brazil, any Brazilian team, they're all awesome players, great athletes, and I think it's always fun going up against a country like Brazil. I mean, it's fun playing U.S. players, but we see them all the time, so it's nice getting to some international play, and I'd say, yeah, Brazilian team.
I saw you at some of the AAUs on the beat scene. Is it a club team you're coaching right now, or helping out?
I'm helping out with Elite Beach Volleyball in Manhattan Beach.
I'm Endless Summer. I'm with Toronto for a summer volleyball skills coach. Remember I asked you before, was it ice cream or cupcakes?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. That's my girl. Hey, Alpha, Kelley Larsen. Hey, Jason DeBeas with Pregowska and Wachowicz, Team Poland. You guys qualified yesterday. It's a really, really great win. How you doing today?
Good.
Cool. Hey, talk to me about like the process and like when you guys first hooked up. When did you guys first start playing together? I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago?
A year and a half, I would say.
Okay.
Really started training in the spring last year consistently, and then here and there before that.
Okay. And then we kind of ended playing, so we didn't play the whole season last season, and then we wanted to play this tournament, so we got a few weeks of training in just to try to get that rhythm back.
Okay, cool. And let's get to the rhythm part. You guys have a pretty good chemistry. Is that something that just came along as you went? Was it something that happened really fast? Or was it tough sledding? Your thoughts on just playing together and how well you guys
clicked?
We
are still working on it. Okay. We are different players, but we're trying to compromise on some things and find the happy medium. And I think we're getting there.
Nice. So you guys get into these zones where you give up a bunch of points, but you also score points in like huge droves. So what kind of clicks that actually creates this ultimate reversal? I'll give you an example. You played Fuller and Argat yesterday.
Yeah.
The first switch, you guys were down 7-0, but yet you win 21-15, right? 20, yeah. So what was one of those things that you did that just to create an ultimate reversal?
I think, for me at least, it was just staying calm, just being behind that ball, thinking, okay, we have the next one, never really giving up. It never shook me, I think. So it was just a matter of finding just that one first point where we kind of like, okay, here we go, and then consistently just side out one after another and just kind of taking care of business from there.
Yeah, we were quite surprised actually at the beginning when she came up with the jump serve. We're like, oh, we haven't seen that, and it was either like really good serve or kind of not. So we really had to make the decision early.
Yeah. Who's cool, Aggie? Who's one player that you look at in the tournament that you kind of like want to maybe emulate your game around? Let's say, I'll just call it favorite player. Who's your favorite player?
I mean, that's hard to say
besides Ola.
I think it's hard to say because I think there's so many talented players. You kind of want to strive to find different assets from each player. Like Aggie from Germany, she's a beast on the net, and that's something I would love to strive to be at. And Sarah Hughes is just insane on defense. So I'm not just emulating one person and trying to strive to be that. I think everyone here is so good, and you just want to be at the level and just be consistent, and that's when you kind of work towards bettering yourself, I think.
Cool. What about your favorite player?
I'm kind of trying to fix my game.
Cool. There it is.
Know?
See, her favorite players are her.
I'm trying to.
So, ladies,
not make error.
Before we go, ice cream or cupcakes?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. You guys got it.
Neither. Chocolate.
All right. Hey, the Polish Express, Jason DeBeas, thank you so much. Hey, Jason DeBeas, Nusbaum, Plantinga, how you guys doing, man?
We're good, good.
Pretty good, man. Pretty long stretch. You guys had a pretty, from the qualifier all the way to the main draw, you faced a pretty tough Brazilian team to get in. Who were they again? Was it Luciano?
Luciano and Vinicius.
And Vinicius, yeah. Cool. How long have you guys been playing together?
We just started playing together in January.
January,
yeah.
Cool.
We played one event earlier in October. That's just kind of like a test, and then through that, yeah, through that, then we officially made partners in January and been playing since.
Cool. So I asked some of the other teams and some of the other players, like some of these new team switches and team changes. Sometimes it's a revolution. You guys click right away, like oh shit, we're good. And sometimes it's an evolution. Sometimes it's grinding, but you guys see something new in the near distant future and you keep with it. So what's your assessment of your chemistry right now? Is it something that you saw some things that click right away, or are there some things that's kind of like a grind?
I think with every partnership, kind of in general, you get talented athletes playing together. They might not think the same way. So with Mike and I, we both coach on the side, and we kind of think of things, our systems, and everything we do on the court a little more in the same way. So when we talk about it, it makes things a little bit more easier. We rarely come up with conversations where we're kind of disagreeing about things, and if it is, we can come to an agreement fairly quickly about it. So that's what it comes down to, is kind of how you understand or think through the game, and the chemistry kind of builds from there. So pretty much from the start, we kind of thought about it the same way, and it's been working so far.
Cool. Some of the more fun drills you guys use to prepare for tournaments like this? Or is it more just about having good partners to train with?
I mean, big thing for us is making sure that we're staying light the whole time. So leading into tournaments, like the practice we had before, we were doing some standing volleyball. We were switching around with our other Canadian guys and just staying light, staying loose, rather than sometimes when you get super tunnel vision about super focused on stuff, you lose the fun of the sport play. Yeah, sometimes. One of the things I learned, I've been playing, mostly indoor for 29 years, never compete so hard that you forget why you play. Yeah. I know this is about you, but I want to share some. I was in Germany and I was in the military. So the Army European Championship, we were supposed to finish first, finished third. I was just so pissed at this whole volleyball thing, and then I went back to New York and I went to a park and I saw someone with like one of those plastic nets. Yeah. Right, you know, a little fake ball, and they have a barbecue pit and they're just throwing it and mangling, and they're having the times of my life, and I looked at them like, wow, what the hell happened to me? So just sharing your emphasis, never compete so hard that you forget why you play. So last question but not least, everybody, you guys you're a very complete player, you're a highly dominant blocker and a complete player too, but there's usually one thing you bring to the table that belongs to you that not only generates fan interest, but it's kind of a signature. If you understand what I'm asking, what would it be? Yeah, I'd say for me, having like that calm, I like to call it like a calm intensity. We talked about that. Yeah, so making sure that I'm staying calm the whole time, but when Aaron makes a big play or when I make a big play, making sure that you bring that fire and you get that crowd involved, and yeah, it makes you feel really good. Absolutely. I guess I'll ask you the same question. I don't want you to feel left out on that one.
For me, like, my kind of staple is, I think, my setting ability. I think when this guy, even when he doesn't make a good pass, I can throw him up there and he can bang away, kind of with the biggest guys on tour, kind of so far. So he's been a stud. attacking-wise, I know the stats will show that, and I like to take a little bit of the grief for that. But other than that, I think just bring a little energy, bring a little more chippiness, because Mike's kind of more relaxed guy, kind of nicer guy. So if I kind of bring that little chippiness to our team, maybe through the net a little bit, to kind of fire us up kind of thing, it kind of reversed the tables yesterday against Germany after we got blown out in the first set. And it kind of got me fired up, and then kind of the whole kind of team rolled with.
And also get you through the grind of some matches. Like Rafi Paulus and Detler, much improved team, but it's a team that you saw from a mile off that you think you could do good things against, but sometimes you get this win and it feels like a loss, but the most important thing is just getting it back together, you know? Fun question, ice cream or cupcakes? Where are you going?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, 100%.
Okay,
100%.
See?
Yeah,
partners. Plantinga.
One cupcake, bring me a dairy
Nusbaum, Jason DeBeas. Thank you, so long. Hi Loomis, what's up Ty?
What's up everyone? I'm good, real good.
Alright, cool. And there's got a new partner playing with Michael Brunsing in the tournament. I talked to a lot of the other players, but I guess I'm going to ask you the same question. Chemistry-wise, evolution or revolution? Was it something that your first couple of tournaments you're like, wow, we're hitting it off? Or is it a combination of both?
No, it was good. Mike played with Chase last year. We all practiced together in Laguna a lot last year, so we knew each other's games. I knew that he's kind of coming up. He's a right side guy. There's good ball control. There's only so many right side guys and blockers as well. And he was close and local, and it's good. So we're playing this one here. Super fun event, man. It's insane. This is such a cool event.
Absolutely.
So, happy to be here.
Don't you think there should be more of these? This actually feels like the Olympics, except it should happen not every 4 years, it should happen every year.
So this is the first time this experience has happened here, where the AVP are about 1/3 of the crowd, or the pool, and about 2/3 FIVB. So it's such a cool experience for us to play with the world's elite. Because we need to step our game up too to the international level now. So it's really good to see them, how big the guys are, how big the blockers are, how athletic they are. It's another level, and it's good for us to see, and we're happy to play in it and compete against them.
Ty, you have a long storied career. You're a two-time AVP champion. So I guess I'll ask you a question. This will maybe make you think back from present from recent past to distant past. Who's the team or the player when you saw him on the schedule that you looked most forward to playing?
On the AVP?
Yeah. Well, let's start with the AVP.
Trevor Graham. That's going to be the best matchup ever. Let's just say it and throw it out there.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah, it's good for the sport. We both like talking a little trash and entertaining the crowd, and that's what I want every player to do, is entertain the crowd a little more. It's up to us to bring the sport up, to be entertainers. 70s, 80s, they were entertainers, so it's 90s. Good to take some of that back to us, the current game.
Early 90s, definitely like a boom period.
For sure, to show our passion and energy for the game. Fucking let it out, man. That's it. So.
All right. So on the fundamental, I asked Chase and I talked to Kelley, Larsen, and some other people. Fundamentally, or something outside of the fundamentals, everyone brings something that belongs to them that kind of moves the needle. What does Ty bring to the court? Be it physical thing, like a good blocker, good passer, hitter, or just
I don't even
maybe
think
like
it's
the emotional.
I don't even think it's the playing. I think it's just I'd like to say the energy I bring to everyone, the positivity, the good vibes, bring the love. It's all about the love out here. Beautiful culture of sports. I like bringing the boombox to practice. Chase Frishman, the camera guy, loves it here.
I'm shaking. I got the hangover shakes here.
Yeah, the good night last night, he's shaking. But I think if anything, it's just the love and passion for the game and letting energy out on the court. When you smile on the court, it radiates to the camera and everyone else.
It really does. Yeah, man, it tells the story. Everybody wants to see kind of how it ends.
If anything, I can pass on is the passion and energy for the game. And, just going for their goal and just making it happen.
Well, sport's a hell of a lot better with you than without.
Can you give a plug for your hair product?
This is all hemp cream by Nature's Root right here. So Nature's Root.
Coconut oil, baby.
Hey, Jason with the Chase. Jason DeBeas here with Chase Frishman. How you doing?
Great.
Cool, man.
Fantastic day. I wish we were in it though.
Absolutely. So listen, you had a pretty good run there and a pretty close game against Salhausen in the center. Someone mentioned earlier it was a pretty tough draw, but you kind of had this look like it is what it is. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that I got put in a glass case of emotion by Phil Dahlhauser. He does that to the best of them, but I felt like we had opportunities for sure. They were vulnerable, but Ace played great. I couldn't side out. That was a little bit of a problem. But.
All right. So you guys pretty much made yourselves a team last year. Really hit the scene hard. Hermosa Beach semifinals. I remember that. You really cowboyed up. So the chemistry of the team, was it something that was an evolution? Was it a grinding thing, or was it something that you guys just hit it off from the block up?
I think the first couple tournaments we hit it off. It's like it was magical. It was good chemistry from the start for sure. But then, like any partnership, I feel like you're gonna have those like collisions of personality, ego, like of different things. That it's not gonna always be smooth sailing. Like even we're watching right now, Alison and Bruno just lost 21.
Yeah. Well.
They're losing 20 to 10 right now. Olympian team, like, and they're going through some struggles right now in the last few years. You go through them, right, and you either can grow from it or you kind of split apart and you go find another partner. But I think it's been good for us to kind of get a little reflection of what we need to be and what we can bring.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Because to me, it's all about constant pressure. Can they beat you? Yes. But can you also beat them? Absolutely. So it's just about
managing games and managing situations. I think.
For those of you at home, managing games is when you feel like you're getting your ass kicked the entire first set, but you look at the score, you're up 18-17, you're like, oh, it's not so bad. And last but not least, every player, you're one of the more complete players on the tour. Every player has one thing that they bring to the game that's kind of their signature. What's yours?
I just like getting sandy. My favorite. Just scrap, those kind of plays are the ones that I live for.
Nice. The John Travolta of beach volleyball. All about that, Sandy. Thank you so much, man. Jason DeBeas out. Hey, Jason DeBeas. This is Logan Weber. What's up, brother?
How's it going, Jason?
Cool. Met you a year ago at the NCAA Showcase.
Yes, sir, we did.
Cool. How far did you get in that?
Me and Nathan Vandermeer got third in that. Yep.
Okay. Cool. So you're continuing to play a little volleyball with Vandermeer. How long have you guys been playing together?
Yeah, well, actually, Nathan, his younger brother, is who I played with in Hermosa last year. Okay. And then David Ryan, who I played with here in Huntington, is his older brother, about 2 years older. So it's the first tournament I've ever played with David Ryan. I played with Nathan in countless tournaments.
Cool. Walk me, how much practice time did you get before this tournament? Probably not a lot.
I mean, I've known the Vandermeer family for, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 years. We grew up right next to each other. So I played with DR a lot. I actually flew into San Francisco on Thursday, and we got to train Saturday and Sunday in Santa Cruz. And then, yeah, we came down here on Monday, had a little training session, and then just kind of went for it. So,
cool.
Yeah.
So pretty much present, I guess, to near future. If you guys plan on playing together, I'm assuming you are going to.
Yeah, we're talking on and off about it. Yep.
All right, cool. So the chemistry, was it something that was a slow evolution, or was it something that there were some things that just clicked right away?
Yeah, I mean, definitely just the style of team that we are. Obviously, me being a pretty tall blocker, especially as Americans go, and he's one of the fastest volleyball players I've ever seen. Just a great defensive player. He was a libero at Ball State University for a while.
Okay.
So definitely just in terms of I guess volleyball chemistry, that team kind of clicked right away. The chemistry on the court itself is still a bit of a work in progress, but obviously that's something that kind of comes with time, playing together, just be able to trust each other to do things for sure.
No, of course. Okay, so listen, there's a lot of volleyball players. You strike me as one of the more complete players. You got really good service. You set your partner well. That's what all the back row defenders always look for.
Yep.
Not a big guy that can hit, but a guy that sets them effectively, like that guy about to walk by. So, as one of the front row blockers who set their partner really well.
I don't do that often.
So yeah, as a front row blocker who sets his partner really well. And the other fundamentals, what's the one thing, and I hope I'm not answering your question for you, what's the one thing that you bring to the court that makes everybody notice? A signature thing?
Yeah, well, it's actually funny that Theo just walked by, because Theo's been somebody I've been watching ever since he started playing on the AVP Tour, just, on your channel, on YouTube, all around. And I think my blocking is obviously probably the strongest point of my game right now. It's something that I've been really trying to work on. It's probably the craft that I've been working on the most, and just trying to emulate guys like Theo and guys like Phil that I've been growing up watching.
Nice.
Definitely yesterday's first match, we got matched up against Jake Gibbs, who's another big blocker that I've been watching. You know, definitely an idol of mine growing up. So it was a surreal experience to play against him for sure.
It is, and I liked it because it's one of those things where you weren't like in over your head. It was. Can they beat you? Yes, but can you also beat them? Absolutely. It's about constant pressure and the sustainment of such, and it's like the higher the level you play, it's like one mistake is like 21. It costs you 2 points, and it's like, oh my God! Imagine what happened if I made 2. So last question. This one's loaded. Get ready. Get ready. You listening? Ice cream or cupcakes?
Ooh.
Oh, see.
Oh, this is tough.
I'm gonna ask them all the tough questions, yeah?
I'm gonna have to go with ice cream as long as there's some sort of peanut butter in the ice cream.
Ice cream with peanut butter.
Peanut
you guys
butter.
hear
Gotta
that?
have the peanut butter.
Logan, I'm Jason DeBeas. Thank you so much, Logan. So long.
Thank you, Jason.
Alright, I'm headed out here. No episode of True or False this week, but I think with 10 episodes, I'm probably going to do the best of True or False to see what I was accurate about, and moreover, laugh at what I was completely wrong about. Good luck to everybody playing in Austin, Texas in the AVP. All of my people out there, go get them, okay? But until then, that's it. Jason DeBeas. So long.